天呐！姐，快拍快走啊！
A massive dam has broken, and bridges in China have collapsed as the river overflowed its banks and submerged entire cities. It began with a sound no one could forget, not thunder, not wind, but something deeper. A low, cracking groan, then a roar. The dam had reached its limit. Years of pressure, days of non-stop rain, seconds from collapse. Then it broke. Water exploded through concrete like a beast unleashed. A wall of force ripped through the valley, snapping trees, swallowing fields, lifting roads from the ground. Downstream, sirens blared. Too late. Entire neighborhoods had minutes, some had none. People grabbed children, phones, nothing else. Drone footage showed it clearly one moment, a barrier, the next, destruction. This wasn't erosion, it wasn't failure, it was rupture, and once the dam gave way, so did everything in its path. The flood had a starting point, and this was it. The water didn't stop at the dam. It surged forward fast, brutal, unstoppable, and one by one, the structures fell. The first bridge cracked like glass, steel twisted. A truck hung in midair, then vanished. Next came the highway. Pavement peeled away. Guardrails snapped like twigs. Entire lanes dropped into the current. Rail lines buckled. Support beams gave in. What was solid was now gone. It was a domino effect, not over hours, over minutes. City after city lost its lifeline. No way in, no way out. People stood frozen, watching bridges collapse from their windows, watching their escape routes disappear. This wasn't just infrastructure breaking. It was the skeleton of a region snapped at the spine, and the flood kept marching forward, destroying whatever was still standing. The cities didn't flood. They vanished. Downtown streets turned into rivers. Buses floated sideways. Traffic lights blinked beneath 6 feet of water. Apartments became islands. Underground garages filled like bathtubs. Elevators stopped. Power failed. People climbed stairwells in darkness, holding flashlights in trembling hands. Markets drowned. Hospitals flooded. Subway tunnels echoed with silence. From the air, it looked like a still lake, but beneath was chaos. Fires sparked above water. Gas lines burst. Entire blocks sank without warning. What was once a city now looked like a graveyard, submerged in silence and debris, and the rain kept falling. This wasn't just a disaster, it was a transformation, from life to loss, from motion to stillness. The cities didn't fall, they were swallowed. It started at the doorstep, a slow trickle across the tiles, then a surge, then panic. Within minutes, living rooms turned to lakes, refrigerators floated, sofas tipped, family photos soaked and sank. People ran upstairs, some carried children, others grabbed nothing but breath. Bedrooms flooded, kitchens drowned. Water crept into every drawer, every memory, every corner once called safe. No warning, no mercy, just rising, rising, rising. Power snapped, lights died. Silence filled every hallway, broken only by the sound of rushing water. The home, once a shelter, became a trap. No way out, no way back. And outside the windows, only more water, more loss. Inside, people waited, not for rescue, but for the water to stop, and it didn't. In the mountains, people thought they were safe, far from rivers, far from collapse. But the rain had other plans. The soil cracked, the hills shifted, and then the mountain moved. Landslides roared like avalanches. Trees snapped. Boulders the size of cars rolled through villages. Whole homes buried in seconds. No time to scream, no time to run. Just silence after the impact. In Pingwu and Zhenglian, dozens of landslides struck within hours. Roads gone, signals lost. Families gone missing, entire clusters wiped from the map. Helicopters circled. searching for rooftops that no longer existed. It wasn't just flooding anymore. The ground itself had turned against them. In the highlands, they had climbed to survive, but now, even the heights the flood didn't just take buildings. It took connection. Power grids collapsed, cell towers drowned. One by one, the lights blinked out, screens went dark, phones stopped ringing, people screamed into silence. No signal, no answer, no direction. Cities that once glowed with life were now shadows. In shelters, families waited for updates that never came. In villages, radios crackled with static, no news, no orders, no idea if help was coming. Some lit fires on rooftops, others scratched messages into wood, anything to say we're still here. But the silence was louder than the storm, and in that silence, fear grew, not just of water or wind, but of being forgotten. The flood didn't just drown homes, it drowned voices, and the world didn't hear. They came with ropes, with rafts, with trembling hands. Rescue teams moved through streets that no longer had names. Boats creaked through floodwater, searching for voices. Helicopters hovered low, lifting families one by one from rooftops. In some places, they were too late. In others, just in time. A child passed through a window, an old man carried on a door. Rescuers didn't ask questions. They just moved, through mud, through debris, through the weight of time. Every minute mattered. Every face saved was a battle won, but behind each rescue, dozens still trapped, still waiting, still hoping. The rain didn't stop for sirens, the current didn't care for uniforms, and the heroes kept going, into the dark, into the flood, into the impossible. Because someone had to. This wasn't just a storm, it was a spotlight. On every weakness we tried to ignore, the dam wasn't new. Its cracks were old news. Inspections delayed, budgets cut, warnings silenced, emergency plans written, never tested, evacuation maps outdated, shelters understocked. And when the rain came, everything failed. The alarms rang late. The response came slower. People were left guessing until the water answered for them. This wasn't just nature's rage. It was our own negligence rising up to meet us. A city can't survive on paperwork, a bridge can't stand on promises, and when it all came crashing down, the truth stood clear. We weren't ready, not even close. The damage wasn't just what the flood destroyed, it was what we never built in time. When the water receded, it didn't leave peace, it left ruin. Streets cracked open, homes reduced to shells. Mud clung to everything: floors, memories, skin. Families returned to silence. No doors, no power, just walls stained with water and loss. Some searched for photos, others dug for clothes, anything that felt like before. Rebuilding won't be fast, won't be clean, and won't heal what's already gone. But it must begin, brick by brick, meal by meal, school by school, not just to replace what was lost, but to restore what was shaken. Trust, safety, hope. Volunteers carried buckets, children drew pictures in shelters, and still rain threatened the horizon. Because rebuilding isn't just about the past, it's a fight for the future, and that fight starts now. The flood has passed, but the question remains, will we be ready next time? Because there will be a next time. The climate is shifting, storms are growing, rivers are rising. We can't stop the rain, but we can choose how we respond. Stronger dams, faster alerts, real drills, real investment. Not after disaster, before, not when it's too late, but when there's still time. Every life saved tomorrow depends on the choices we make today. And if we don't choose, the water will choose for us, again and again. This wasn't just a tragedy, it was a test, and the next one is already forming in the clouds. So ask yourself next time, will we be shocked or will we be ready? The answer begins now.